Previously, we set up our Google Doc according to MLA format. Today, we're going to take a look at researching using Inspire. So the first thing you need to do is go to inspire.in.gov. In Indiana, that is the portal that takes you to the Internet Library, which is hosted through the Indiana State Library and is connected to libraries all across the nation. It's part of the EBSCO host database set. Let's think about keywords for a minute. Now, here's a common mistake. Let's pretend that you're asked to find some facts about bulldogs. So the average student might type something like this. What are facts about bulldogs? Makes sense, that's what you want to know. Let's search and see what results we get. Now, unfortunately, when you search using sentences, then the database is trying to find documents with every word in that sentence. So you get results that don't necessarily make sense. Like Hillary's bulldog, which is really about Hillary Clinton. Or, even more unrelated, What Money Can Buy, which is an article about philanthropist Darren Walker. So maybe there's a better way to search. You've read it before, but maybe haven't thought about it, and that is that you need to use keywords. So as I think about my topic, I need to think about boiling it down to one or two essential words. And really what I want to know about today are English bulldogs in particular. Pardon me, I meant bulldogs. So now I get about 69,000 results. Way too many for me to review as I prepare to write my paper over the next week. So what are some other options? Let's take a look on the side. The left margin of the screen shows some limiters. One of the ways I encourage you to limit your search is by date. Now, for a middle school research paper, we're not going to use anything older than 10 years. So I'm going to change this to 2006. Well, that helped a little. I'm down to 51,000. How else can we limit? You can also limit by database, language, topic, or format. I like to jump first to topic. I'll click Show More. If you know basketball, you know there are many basketball teams and other sports teams that have bulldog as a mascot. So you can see that there are some results I don't want. I can exclude those results by selecting only the keywords that apply to me, such as dog. I'll pick nonfiction since I'm looking for research, bulldog. I can continue down my list. Now, if I'm not sure perhaps whether United States or North America relates to sports or animals, I can go ahead and click those. I don't want fiction because I'm looking for research, but dog breeds, dog diseases, pets, dog shows, and about the American Kennel Club. You can add or change these limiters as they fit your topic. As I update, things are getting better. I have 2,000 results. Let's try one more limiter. I'm going to choose to limit by format. So I click on the left side of the screen, Limit by Format, then Show More. These tell me all of the different kinds of publications. Oops, I accidentally clicked on Topic. Pardon me again, Limit by Format. These are all the different types of publications that have returned hits. I want to keep magazines, but for middle school, I'm not going to choose academic journals, but certainly news and books may all be relevant. Now I have about 900 results. Still far too many to read. However, I'm moving in the right direction. Now the tough part of research begins. I'm going to come back to these first two in a moment because from experience I know those will be the ones I use. But let's take a look at what kind of results you get. When you click a link, you're going to be taken to an abstract or summary of the article. This helps you determine whether or not the article is worth reading. This is just a picture of an English bulldog, so I really don't need to scroll any farther. I can go back to my results list and perhaps click this one. Again, I can see this is about bulldogs. That's not going to work. Continue through my search list. And this is the part of research that would take quite a long time. But again, since this is for sample purposes and I've conducted this research before, I know that we're going to focus on these first two. When you link to the article, you're going to find the actual article in one of two places. It's either going to appear down below all of the documentation information, or on the left side you're going to see a link for either HTML or an actual PDF. In this case, I get a color picture of the magazine that this originally appeared in, and what a precious face. So now I would take the time to read the article. Now, the way I teach research and the way I want you to do it for this project is that as soon as I begin to see, wow, this is a great article, I think I can use this, then I need to cite this source. One of the most common mistakes that students make is they get great information but forget to cite it. So I'm going to look to the right-hand side of my screen, and I should see a Cite button. Looks like a little piece of paper. I'm going to click that. I'm given a list of citation formats or works cited entries, and then I just need to find my particular format. We're using the MLA format, but you can see there are many other styles. Now I simply highlight the works cited entry. I'm going to copy that entry and move back to my shell for my research paper. When I go down to my works cited page, I right-click and notice I have two choices. If I paste, then I get the highlight and the color from the article. However, if I paste without formatting, then I get a crisp, clean copy of what I need. Now I'm ready to go back to the article and, pardon me, I'm going to go back into the article. I'm ready to go back to the article and begin finding awesome facts for my research paper. This is the part of research that will take a long time. I'm looking how lucky I find a great sentence right at the beginning that gives me a little bit about the history of the breed. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to move over to the body of my research paper, and I'm going to paste my note, again without formatting. Now, you've probably heard that you can't cut and paste, which is true, unless you do three things. First, you create a works cited entry. Second, you quote the information that you pulled from the article. And finally, you include an appropriate in-text citation. Now you notice that my in-text citation, Thornton, matches the first word, which is the author's last name, in my works cited page, which makes it very easy for my readers to know where my information came from and make sure that I'm giving the author credit. What I am going to do at this point is create a set of research notes right in the body of my document. So I like to go ahead and number those, and you can use any numbering style. Now sometimes you need to clean these up. There may be a line break where it's not needed or some extra spacing. You can clean that up now, or you can worry about it later. I'm going to continue the process of collecting facts. Now I've continued the process of gathering facts until I think I have everything that I need from the article. And I'd like to point out a couple of things. There are times when an article is wrong, or because of copying and pasting, that it's necessary to make fixes. For example, that's probably the greatest single attribute about this particular word should be this. It's correct in the article, but for some reason it changed. Its terrific disposition, that's underlined in red, but it's not wrong. I'm ready now to move to the next article. So I would just repeat the process of cutting and pasting information to my document. Now something I'm going to do here is to begin with the end in mind. I know that when I turn in my final paper, this Works Cited page needs to be in alphabetical order. So since I'm copying an entry by an author named Bixler, I'm going to press enter and then arrow back up so that I can place this in the appropriate alphabetical order. And I sometimes forget to do the paste without formatting. Please note that even on the Works Cited page there may be changes you have to make. Bixler should not be capitalized, so you would be responsible for fixing that, as well as Alice. Now I'm going to go and find what information is in this article. Now since we're just doing a sample document, I now have 6 facts and 2 articles. So next I'll get ready to talk about how to find things from the World Wide Web just through, say, a regular Google search. But I'll save that for my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.